If you look for the definition of the BluePrism, so we can say that BluePrism is a set of tools, libraries, and runtime environments for automating business process through presentation integration, right? This is the definition of BluePrism. Now we'll go for the values. What are the values of BluePrism? So we have the set of the values here and the results. So let's read this information because this is the useful information to understand the concept of BluePrism. So, BluePrism robotic automation software solution provide organization with the capability of automating process. Without automation, these processes are executed manually by human or through extensive property customization of existing IT system. I think this is the layman term. However, I already told you in the beginning what is this BluePrism, and if you understand that concept, that is fine. But this is the standard definition of BluePrism values. And there is a deployment of the RPA software solution result in what kind of solution, what kind of results we have in the RPA. So suppose if you build any kind of automation, but we have the result. So look one by one. First, higher level of the automation. It will provide the maximum level of the automation which you can achieve with the BluePrism tool. And the second, significantly lower level of investment. So in a minimum investment, you will have the maximum profit or maybe the achievement. Greater speed in deployment. If you look for the performance, that is also awesome performance with this tool. Higher efficiency, greater performance and quality. That is the another thing which BluePrism tool provide. Now we have the feature. What kind of feature this tool has? The feature and the component. Let's start with the feature first. So it also integrated the SQL server powered. So if you run the BluePrism tool, you should have the understanding of this database system. If you don't have, no need to worry because the BluePrism has the capability to integrate this SQL server, and you no need to worry about the SQL server how it works. It will automatically capture all the functionality within the tool. Next, presentation layer security. It kind of layer security. If you look for the security purpose, so we also have this functionality in our tool. Central repository, object oriented. We all know this term, what is object oriented language, right? Studio IDE regulation. This is the another feature. Dependency tracking. You can easily track your automation status, where we are, what kind of automation we are doing, what would be the result. Reporting, and it also help us the reporting, uh, what we call reporting functionality. If you find it, if you are looking for the result of your automation, you don't need to create the another log. You can easily find the everything within this BluePrism tool using this Microsoft SQL Server functionality. It helps us the surface automation. Surface automation is that kind of automation which is very famous nowadays, and the only BluePrism has the capability to do this. Surface automation is basically like you can say Citrix automation. If you heard about the name of Citrix, that's based on the Citrix automation, or maybe the image processing automation. Exception handling. This tool has the exception handling functionality as well. Now we look for the components. The components has the process, business objects, work queue, control room, release manager, and the system manager. These are the major components which we read in our next tutorials one by one in detail, and we will always work around on these six projects. We will not go beyond of these six projects. So guys, please be careful and just remember these six components are the key component of the RPA tool. So there are a few things that the correspondent feature of the BluePrism tool. The BluePrism feature which we already discussed earlier, but there has some more points like fixed entry and the exit point, data storage, decision making feature, capability to run loop for a specific sequence, coding nodes. This kind of feature BluePrism have. And if you look for the program feature, so it has the subprograms, it has the OO and layer tiered architecture as well, which is very famous architecture, which if you want to build a big project or very lengthy project, it helps us to build a OO layer tiered architecture. Interaction with inter objects as well. and the program debugging. Yeah, you can debug your program in any of the point. That is the most convenient and the what we call the key feature of this tool. Versions control, it also control the version security, and finally release and the deployment. These are the program feature in the BluePrism. So this is the small kind of presentation which help you how this entire component works. So as we discussed earlier, we have 6 components, so we'll identify what component does one by one. So let's start with application. Application has 3 things: the business logic and the user interface. And if you look for the object studio, after checking the application, you should go to the object studio where you find the your object. And once you find your object, you can go with the process studio where you have some coding things. You can define your process, and whatever process you will define, it will go to your database automatically. Whatever you will do with your coding or with result, it will automatically store in our SQL server. And how it works, it controlled by our control room, the another component, and the system manager. They help us to generate the reporting system. So this is the entire structure we'll work around. So we'll go in detail in a practical way in our next tutorial. So this is the all about for today. So guys, I hope you like this video, and next video just wait for us, and thank you so much. Bye bye.